Hello there, friends, and welcome to the new episode of r/Tales from Retail. Today we have a few news stories for you, but before we begin, if you're new, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for news stories every single day. Remember, friends, if you have an aggressive or bad customer, go get your manager. You don't get paid enough to be screamed at. So let's start with our first story. Woman wants a refund because she's filled up the memory on her 3-month-old phone. Fun ensues. I work at a UK phone shop. One day, a couple months ago, I was standing outside the shop at 8:50 waiting for my manager to come down and let me in. There's a middle-aged woman standing outside as well, glaring at me, tapping her foot, and huffing impatiently. Uh-oh, bad sign. At 9 a.m., we open the doors, and she comes stomping in straight up to me. I open my mouth, but she doesn't even give me a chance to speak. She bought her phone 3 months ago, and it doesn't work anymore. Apparently, she wants a refund. Now, before this conversation goes any further, I feel I have to point out to her straight away that a refund is not going to be possible after this length of time. After 30 days, we can send it off for repair, but that's it. Don't argue with me, she screeches. Okay. So I ask her if I can have a look at her phone, and she rolls her eyes and hands it over. After a few seconds, it becomes clear that her internal memory has been filled up with photos of her grandson, etc., so there isn't any space to install a software update. So there isn't actually anything wrong with her phone at all. With my best retail smile, I begin to explain this to her and mention that she can always buy an SD card and move her photos onto that, and hey, presto, problem solved. Nope, she wants a refund. So we're back onto that. I tell her I'm going to go speak to my manager, and I go upstairs, and we laugh at her. The usual. But he comes back down with me to back me up because she's getting pretty horrible, and we spend another 10 minutes or so trying to convince her that literally all we can do is send her perfectly working phone off for repair. She's now telling us she's going to go to trading standards, quote, the Consumer Rights Act at us, because she's the biggest cliche going. Unreal. Eventually, she admits defeat, but still wants it repaired, so I sit her down and start to take some details. Why do you want my details? I'm literally on the edge here. Eventually, she tells me her first name. I start to type it in. She can see on the screen as Gil, and then slowly says, "No, you stupid girl, it's spelled J-I-L-L," speaking slowly. I raise my eyes to her and give her a big, sickly, sweet smile and apologize profusely. I then ask for her surname. Let's see if you can spell this right, shall we? At which point I sit back and say, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to serve you. She goes bright red and starts sputtering, kicking off, calling me thick, rude, etc., etc. My manager comes over and calmly tells her to leave. I'm taking this all the way to the top. Feel free, but please leave. I don't know, it seems like a low nobody should ever hit. To do that to a girl just trying to do her damn part-time retail job? And our second story. Have you ever seen a customer explode before? It's awesome. When I worked at a insert biggest retail chain in America here, we had an odd but easily understandable way to display and sell our TVs. If the TV has one price tag on it, that means it was the price for the TV in box, and the display was not for sale. If the TV had two, one would be clearly marked display price, as in that exact TV on the wall, because it's about to be replaced. And the other price tag was for a new in-box TV. The display price often reached insane discounts. The longer it sat there, the lower our system automatically lowered the price. One time we sold a $2,000 TV brand new on the box for $200 because it was the display. I wanted that TV and was sad that another coworker got to it first. But my luck turned around. The almost exact same model, minus a curved screen, was up for grabs. Also $2,000 new. They were selling it for $500. Really nice TV, 4K, smart hub, the whole effing works. A customer saw online we were selling a similar looking TV, different model number and resolution, 1080p, for $200. The website said display only price. He came in and demanded the $500 display for $200. Q, it's the same size. What's the effing difference? 1 billion times. He began threatening lawsuits for misadvertisement, threatened to call the cops. What could they do? Enough to where the store manager was about to cave and take the hit personally. Here's where I got sneaky. I got tired of waiting for displays that I wanted to come down, as I've been waiting for a year and saving up for a new TV to replace my old 10-year-old 32-inch Sanyo. That TV's still used. It's now in my bedroom as a monitor for me to play games on while I sit on my bed. The customer was outside ranting and raving at someone on the phone, so during my 15-minute break, I walked up to the store manager. Me. I will buy that TV right now for $500. SM. You sure? That customer's gonna explode if he sees you with it. Me. That's fine. I'll wheel it out to my car and he can watch me load it into the back. Store manager. All right. Got tired of him anyway. He was being a jerk to me and multiple associates. He deserves this. If corporate calls, I'll show camera footage. That'd be enough for us to be in the clear. Corporate won't complain that I saved $300 from being burned. I literally walked right by that customer with that TV. I was so happy that I got that damn TV, but the icing on the cake, he turned tomato red. Not kidding, red. What the F are you doing? I saw this TV for sale and I bought it. Why? I was about to buy that. Oh, I thought you didn't want it anymore after you left the store. I didn't realize you left to call someone. I totally knew, by the way. Ah, you're getting smart with me. I'll kick your butt. Here's where I almost got reprimanded and coached. I couldn't resist. The troll in me couldn't be stopped. Sir, tomatoes belong in the vegetable section. What the F did you just say? I booked it to my effing car, sprinting, holding a 55-inch TV over my head, and slapped the back of my car door shut and ran back inside. They got him out of the store by saying, "You left the store. We don't hold items. It's our policy." And to boot, corporate backed us up. I dodged the reprimand because the customer couldn't prove I made that comment at him. I got a new TV, made a customer explode, and made my manager nearly die from laughing so hard. It was a good day. All seriousness aside, what'd the manager think of your tomato comment, mate? Let's move on to our third story. Fine does not, in fact, mean things are fine. I've worked at a cute, family-owned ice cream shop in New York for around 5 years now. It's mostly all right. I get to work with close friends, but the customers have always been a little much. I have so many stories to share now that I've found this sub. Anyway, it's important to note that we're right along a popular intersection, and it gets pretty busy. Busy enough that you can't just rush across the street to get to the other side. You've really got to wait by the crosswalk. So one day, myself and my coworker, he'll be CW and I'll be me, we're working a night shift, 4 p.m. to 11 p.m., and our first customer was a dad with his kid. Dad'll be dad, kid'll be kid. Dad, tell the nice lady what you want. Kid, cherry. Me, okay, what size should I get you? Dad, he'll take small. I go ahead and make the order, hand it to them. It's a nice day out, so they're sitting outside our store, sharing it. 10 minutes later, Dad comes back in. Dad, he hated this. Can we get a different flavor? I look down and see the ice cream is 2/3 finished. There are maybe 5 dainty spoonfuls left. Me, I can scoop you another ice cream, but I can't just give it to you for free if that's what you're asking. Dad, why not? He hated it. Me, sir, most of it's gone. Dad, just put the rest of it back and give us another flavor. At this point, I'm just staring at the dude, completely unsure of how else to explain this to him. My coworker steps in. He's a big dude, pretty intimidating, so I'm hoping that maybe the dad will listen to him. CW, sir, if you ate the ice cream, we can't give it back. It's technically contaminated. We can scoop you more, but you do have to pay for it. I'm sorry. Dad, fine. Dad proceeds to grab the ice cream off the counter where he'd previously left it, turns with a triumphant "Hee-yah" sound, and hurls the rest of the ice cream into oncoming traffic. It hits the ground, splatters, and proceeds to get run over. His child screams, attempts to run after the ice cream, and nearly gets splattered himself by oncoming cars. Dad grabbed him just in the nick of time and turned back to us, only to yell, "You could have got my kid killed. Thanks for that." Then he left. Came back next week. Ordered a large cherry. Well, folks, he seems like a well-adjusted citizen. My town banned plastic bags. Some customers were not happy. I'm an assistant front-end manager, recently promoted to full-time and given a bit more authority as a result in a chain grocery store. And as the title says, my town banned plastic grocery bags. The ban went into effect yesterday, and I had to explain it to customers. This is the story of one particularly unpleasant one. I was working the closing shift, and one of my cashiers called me over at the request of the customer, an older lady. She asked me to tell her why there were no plastic bags at the register. After the fact, I asked the cashier. He had tried to explain it multiple times, and she wasn't buying it. I explained that town law no longer permitted us to use them. So what am I supposed to do then? I pointed to the stacks of paper on the register and told her she's welcome to bring in reusable bags. Well, I don't like paper. It's too hard to carry. I certainly didn't vote for the change. Well, ma'am, we also have reusable bags for sale if you'd like to use those instead. I'm not paying for bags. That's ridiculous. I want plastic. So what are you going to do for me? Nothing. Cue shocked look and the loud gasp of someone who's never been told no in her life. If you won't accept paper and you won't buy a bag, what do you expect me to do? Break town law and give you plastic? I mean, we can just put the unbagged groceries in your cart, but there's nothing else we can do. So she asked to see my manager, who tells her the same thing. She did eventually settle on paper, bagged lightly to make it easier to carry, but glared at us the whole time. As she was leaving, she said, "I'm shopping at competitor next time. They know how to take care of their customers." "They won't be using plastic either," I replied as she walked out angrily. My manager actually told me I handled it well, so I felt pretty good since it was basically the first time I got to use my new position's authority to essentially tell off a customer instead of caving to their demands. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you next time.